Boilon here, and welcome to another event video here on Marvel Strike Force. And in today's video, we're here to talk about the Sins of the Father event, which is starting on Monday at 2 p.m. Pacific, which I was going to say is going to feature Dakin, but it doesn't really, because he's now part of the June month-long event, which we're also going to talk about here in today's video. We're going to take a look at the charts and everything that you need to do to basically get ahead in this event, which is going to involve a leaderboard, which is going to be so important because you're going to save yourself about 40 million gold worth of G19 minis if you score in the 1 to 3%. So this video is going to help you get there and at least clear the event item and all of that. So if you're ready to go, let's boil this down. So let's start here. This is my new subtotal tally for the month of June. Now, normally I didn't do this in May because I was away on holiday and I kind of like lost track of points and things like that, but I'm starting something new. Now, for Homeward Bound, that's the name of the June month-long event, there is Dakin shards here. There is 100 of them, in fact, and I think about 45 of them are kind of up front. So after doing the first event, which is Sins of the Father that we're working on right now, so you get about 125,000 points there. You get 16,000 from the Quick Rumble, so that's about 140, plus the 50,000 from the first event item in Sins of the Father. And then the daily free claim stuff that we don't know what the points are worth yet for that, you'll get to 200,000 within a week. And so for that reason, I want to go into the table here. This is the meta month long for June. Excuse my dog who's coming in and shaking. Anyways, here is you can see here on the side here. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. You kind of see here on the side that basically you're getting Dakin shards at different kind of increments here. And over down here at Milestone, it's like Milestone 27 down here at 200k, which is 15 shards here, 25, 35, 40, and 45. So by the time you get to about 200,000 points, you'll have about a total of 45 Dakin shards. Yeah, I realize it doesn't actually say shards there. But anyways, and then what's this other 15 over here? This is Milestone 31 at 250,000. So that wouldn't be too long after the first week. Why am I bringing this up? And that's mainly because, well, you know, we have the weekend event, the Blitz thing, you know, it's not even up yet for me. It should be the Merc's Golden Bounty. So that is going to require a 3-star. Well, 3-star some of these other characters, but the newer characters down here, I believe, you don't even get points for Dakin until he's at 3 yellow. And that's the reason why I'm bringing this up, is that hopefully, maybe by the Sunday, this coming Sunday, you might have it. I don't know. Maybe you'll have him at 3-star by Saturday. It really depends on, you know, how many shards you had beforehand, if you pulled any orbs, that kind of thing. So with that in mind, let's jump to the event, Sins of the Father, and also the leaderboard. Actually, let's start with the leaderboard. So we know that there's 1 to 3%. And I heard, now, I was told in the Envoy server that the Dark Diamonds is actually being removed. That this part is not going to be in there. So there is the minis that are still going to be in there, which is 100 of the G19 mutant minis. These are really important. And the blue 5 ions as well. I believe that's still part of the leaderboard. So that should all be there. That's why this event is so important. The Sins of the Father event itself does have 10 Dakin shards somewhere in here, I thought. Yeah, over down here at Milestone 10, and that's pretty easy to do. Most of this stuff is relatively easy to do. And if you actually, if you did what I told people to do, which was to save and hoard your campaign energy in advance, then you should be doing pretty well. Now, for the purposes of the math, though, I'm going to assume that you've just done regular 200 coring and you didn't save any or hoard in advance. So just know that if you did hoard in advance, you'll be getting even more points. And then you're going to get bonus points for Pav, Peter, and Penny at 5+ yellow stars, which is anywhere from 3,500, 7,000, and 10,000.5, 10.5k rather. 10,500. Wow, I can't even talk. So if you have any of these characters above 5 yellow, you'll get bonus points and you'll do even better on that leaderboard. And then the web milestone itself, this web milestone, this got updated, like I mentioned, on the blog post, and it's actually not that challenging. That being said, it really depends on whether or not you're doing any coring on incursion energy at all, or if the raid side of things shouldn't be that difficult. especially with the changes and the adjustments to the points here. But hopefully you're able to get some raid battles outside of the incursion or whatever your current purple raid is, because I know that there's a lot of complaints about people getting 0 raid attacks potentially in Spotlight raid, which is why we endeavored to change things for that. Me and Big Positive Geek made some changes on this event for you guys here. So let's go on over to the actual event math itself. Let's get back over here. So Sins of the Father is a 7-day event. Campaign energy, raiding with Spider Society. Actually, I should have also included, because of the web milestone, is also technically incursion energy and raid battles. That's all included in this event. Total milestone points required is 250,000. Of course, we're not getting there. That's the normal whalestones. The event item is at 59,000, which is milestone 12. There is a total of 97,000 event currency. At milestone 13 is where you're going to cap out. So you need to go above the event item milestone points. That's at 69,000. But again, that's not super difficult either. We don't know what the free claims are going to be. Total web milestone points include 30. This is a weird number: 36,320 direct milestone points, and then 14,000 orb fragments. Adding together is just a bit above 50,000 milestone points, which is a lot, right? Because the event item is like 59k, and you're getting 50k just for the web milestone. So clearing the web milestone is super important, especially if you're chasing after the leaderboard. Now, in order to do this, you can just do your regular incursion energy spending and do 8 to 9 raid battles a day. Okay, so that's not too bad. You can get about 8 to 9 in your regular purple raid, your incursion, doom, whatever. And then, of course, you can also supplement that with some of your spotlight raids or Greek raids or whatever. You know, maybe you can get at least 1 or 2. Or what maybe you could also do is ask your alliance to like do sack attacks, which is just kind of like going into the battle and then kind of quitting out, or not quitting out, but the lose battle button. So it still counts towards the raid, but you don't actually clear the node. You know, do something like that, like if you really need to. So if you do your regular incursion energy spending, 8 to 9 is not that bad. You know, if you can't do this, you can core incursion energy. If you don't do this many raid battles, then you could do this a little bit quicker. So for every time you core incursion energy, you'll basically shave off 1.5 raid battles, essentially, that you need to do. My apologies for the weird cut in the video that you're probably going to see. I had a line here. This was wrong. That was from the old numbers before they fixed it. But yes, this is right. So 8 to 9 raid battles a day that you'll have to do with your regular incursion energy spending. Sorry if anyone saw that and were kind of confused. I left that in there and I forgot to adjust it. So anyways, the points for this event includes the following: 3 points per campaign energy spending. And then this one's a weird one. I don't like, it's still in the chart, but I guess it says that like if you do a raid battle with any single Spider Society character, you get a free 3,500 points. I don't know why this is included, but hey, whatever. So it's going to include 3,500. All of this other stuff, I'm not going to include in the actual reasonable points total, because I think it's still pretty tough to get 5 yellow on these characters. Like, I have a 5 yellow Peter B, but, you know, I ended up opening, like, Ultimus Orbs and things like that to get him there. I don't have Pav at 5-star, and I might have Penny at 5, but that's because I may purchase the Strike Pass. So that's the only way. It's not really a free-to-play thing, so that's why I'm not including it there. This is your daily campaign energy. You typically would get about 1,100 per day. This is your free-to-play energy. That's your time-based energy. The 3 free refreshes and 4 core refreshes, or 200 cores daily, plus the web milestone for 100 gets you to about 1,100. Since this is 3 to 1, you're getting about 3,300 points per day times by 7. You get about 23,000 points that way. So if you were to even just take that 23k plus the 50k, like that's 73, and you're getting way more than like the milestone 13 points that you need for that. So as long as you're clearing the web milestone, that's actually some of the most important stuff. It's just that like all of this is going to help you basically get further and also get you into that 1 to 3% bracket for the leaderboard, which is going to be really, really important. I can't stress this enough, actually, how important the leaderboards are for these events, because you're getting 40 million gold worth of G19 minis. And in the grand scheme of things, for people who are chasing Dark Dimension 7, and honestly, even if you're not, if you have the cores available for you to do, I will say that, you know, if you don't hoard in advance, that I would say about 400 to 600 cores daily typically would guarantee you into the 1 to 3% bracket. And so, you know, even if you're not quite, you know, ready for red gear, just having that in advance, because the prices in the supply store are not going to change on the minis. So those are just going to give significant value. You know, they have these like twice a month or once every 2 weeks, and that's like 80 million gold per month on the leaderboards if you get those payouts. So I just wanted to let people know about that. So the reasonable total, if you add everything else up together, is about 77,000. Now, this does not include the free claims. It also does not include any of this if you happen to have those yellow stars on them. Now, 77,000 is milestone 13. It is very close to milestone 14 over here at 82,000. So maybe we might get that with the free claim. So what does that get you over here with milestone 13 and 14? Well, 12 is those 25,000 dog tags. And then I believe actually was that the Dawkins shards? No, it's not actually. Dawkins shards was much above that. So you're actually not really getting that much in terms of this milestone 14 here at 82,000. You're getting some augmented hype. This is bio, hyperphage, and nebulizer. I think this is G18 minis and some blue 4 ions. So it's not really that significant, but obviously because of the leaderboard, you do want to push as much as you can. If you can get to milestone 15, if you have those 5 yellow characters, or if you're pushing the campaign energy, you could maybe get 30 augmented gamma radiation. Honestly, I think they need to buff this kind of stuff because even that's not that really that good anymore, because with the raid store changes, you can just buy this stuff like flat out from the raid store and it's not really that big of a deal. 500k gold, 200 dark promos really isn't that much anymore. So they might want to think about this, because even the sort of the quote unquote free to play ish milestones, they're not really good value anymore. So maybe they need to consider lowering the red gear milestones where it's a little bit accessible. I think that would kind of encourage people to push a little bit further. I think we're at the point now that red gear's been out for long enough, and especially with spotlight raids, that I think that it's reasonable to see them in some of the top end free to play milestones. I think it wouldn't hurt if they just chucked in like 25 catalysts of certain things just to add a little bit of flavor for the players. But hey, what do I know, right? I'm just talking out my ass and hoping that they give more stuff to the free to play players. But anyways, so that's the expectation here. Final notes. The ways to push this free to play for leaderboards will entirely come down to your campaign energy coring. The reason why I've been hoarding this in advance of the event. In the past, 600 cores daily typically will guarantee you a 1 to 3% rank payout. Depending on how much coring you did in advance, hoarding in advance, you might be able to do this with 400 cores daily. That's what I'm planning to do, because I've done like 4 days of pre-hoarding. So I think that I could probably get away with 400 cores daily and still score within that top 8,000, top 9,000 range of players, which is what you're going to want to do for that 1 to 3%. Typically, I kind of budget for about 300k on the leaderboard. You might be able to do this with less, but I can tell you from experience, the above does work. And then, of course, any 5+ Yellow Spider Society characters will also help you push in that 1 to 3% bracket a lot easier, and you won't need to core or spend as much energy. So that's it for this event milestone. Again, this is kind of a Dawkins event, but it's because the points that you get from Sins of the Father is going to help you get to that 3-star Dawkins. Or if you haven't unlocked him already, you're going to get some more shards for him. If for whatever, I don't know, you should have unlocked him by now from the last event, but if you haven't, then this will be your chance here. And so that's going to be the end of this video, everyone. Let me know in the comments down below. Are you going to be pushing for the leaderboard? I definitely am, because 100 more G19 minis for mutant gear is going to be very good. I already do have my Apocalypse at G19, but there's so many more characters that I want to upgrade, including Old Man Logan and some of my Extreme X-Men characters. So that's going to be the end of this video. And until next time, stay safe and healthy. I'll see y'all later. Boilon signing out.